back. Bodvar going for a beautiful seduction. Gonna get an extension on 3 people into the fear. Oh, that's gonna be a real good push for Astra.
So much.
Oh!
So much.
Oh!
There we go. Merlin now really low on HP.
Merlin Bros. Oh no, say it ain't so.
Merlin Bros.
It's looking dark, sir. It's looking dark.
Oh, there's the Satan. Wait, the cover by Mikyal saves the Satan.
Yeah, they did it last game, and I don't doubt they can do it this game.
Gonna have to pick a target and stick with it. Brian Ricardo took a lot of damage. Lucy also taking damage right now. They're kind of cleaving a little bit.
Holy! What the hell just happened there?
That's a 3-piece.
That
Right
was
in a row. 1, 2, 3.
The 4v5 LB showdown here.
Kezzy looking like she wants to set up early. Is she going to get the cover from Fina?
Big dance early. Take it LB down.
Right up.
Goes the cover. Ready.
Is that both Bahamut's out too?
It is. That's a lot of damage.
Oh,
Stage Cage goes down at the 50.
Good use of the staggering defensive LBs, but he
though.
explodes because the Dragoon lands on him with the light debuff from Sage, and the Sage Cage is wasted.
He waited until the Stage Cage was down to go up.
Nice play from Census there to take out the Sage.
Sage trying to come into tank.
What?
Sage get taken down by Dragoon LB.
What
Yeah.
Dragoon LB? That was crazy. It looks like they're gonna follow up with a nice Monk LB too. They had the Scholar LB all ready to back them up. They came in fighting, used all of their LBs, and that's how they won the game.
Hello everybody, welcome to Community Roulette number 39. My name is John, I am dead. And I am here on sunny Sereph. It's actually not sunny, but we're calling it that. Here for another week of randomized scrims. Low stakes team, wrestling conflict among friends with lots of prize giveaways. And silly shenanigans. I am joined by 2 good homies. First up, welcome to the welcome back to the show, Talke. One of our regular commentators lately, which is kind of cool. I like seeing people come back repeatedly. Talke, how are we doing today?
Hello. I am not as dead as you are, but it certainly feels like it. How is everyone doing? I am happy to be back as per usual. Don't give me a proper seat in your commentator chairs because I will never leave.
Oh, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. We got socials up in the Twitch chat. So follow Talke there. Got some YouTube videos coming out soon, right?
Question mark. Probably in the next couple months, yes, but currently I am taking a little bit of a break due to, you know, real life being a thing.
Gotcha,
We all love it when real life is a thing, right?
Fair enough. Posty does not use social media, so you just gotta bother him in Discord. And speaking of Posty, he is joining me and Take here. Posty, how are you?
I'm here. So it must be good enough I'm still alive.
Yay,
You're right,
Posty's here.
I don't use social medias too much. Like, a lot of people know about me, but I'm just there.
I've said it about a bunch of people that come on for commentary, but that's kind of because, like, when somebody's in, like, they just kind of find their way into various projects and different stuff. But Posty is a staple of the community. You're bound to run into him if you hang out long enough. Good dude. Love Posty. Great guy to hang out with.
All you do is,
does silly things
like,
in does silly things in community roulette matches sometimes.
Silly things.
Silly
Is that
things.
what we're calling? Is that like the niceification of war crimes?
Well,
It's a technical term.
It's Posty things.
Hey,
Posty
you
doing
know,
Posty things.
Martian spike boom spawn type deal. See, look, Scotty already understands.
Oh, I gotta look at it in a second because right now I am generating our first. Oops. Even though
The
I
thing
have
that
multiple
anyone-
browsers. Go ahead.
The thing that anyone playing in the same match as Posty should be aware of is you never give Posty a gun because he'll use it to extreme efficacy and effectiveness.
Listen, I can't help myself. I'm American.
He
I'm
is.
from Chicago-ish. So, listen, watch out.
He is one of the highest level American mages.
American mages.
Oh, it's
That's a
American
good one.
magic.
I should steal that.
Alrighty. So, while I generate these first teams, I should probably put the party finder up, right? That's something I gotta do. And then also, while I do that, just a reminder for everybody, Community Roulette is a weekly event. We do this every Thursday, except for during like significant like game stuff, like if there's a brand new season starting. For instance, we didn't have Community Roulette last week, just trying to get people to come do casual low stakes stuff when it's time to grind your new rank is first. And then we also don't do it when we have like a new Savage or Ultimate out that week, but otherwise we are here every single week. And we've got some great prizes away. Fayume is actually giving away some in-game prizes away right now, or just a minute ago, I should say. Then at the end of it, everybody that participated gets put onto the wheel. We do a couple spins, and a couple people walk away with artwork from Fayume and from Madam Sharky. So it's pretty fucking cool, I think. You can see examples of those prizes down there in the bottom left, and you can follow both of the artists at their links here. But I think that is enough delay, right? I think we've put it off long enough. I think it's time to get these teams announced. Where did I put my team thing? Right here. Okay.
Don't mind me, okay. I'm setting something up here. There we go.
Figures.
Happy St. Patrick's Day coming up.
Hey. We think, like, you guys know I live in Mexico. We technically do not celebrate it, but there are still like Irish bars and places here that decide that it is the date to put green dye into literally everything. That's literally the only way how I know St. Patrick's is happening.
Oh yeah, brother. I love St. Patrick's Day, you know, not even because of any of the original reasons for its existence, but simply that everyone just goes so hard for no reason. Like, there is no taste or tact or anything of that matter. Everything is green. They will make it green. Doesn't matter how.
Super green.
Green isn't even my favorite color, but I don't know. I found myself
Green isn't even my
invested.
favorite color. Dressed head to toe in it.
Oh, I'm just ready. It's my St. Patty's
He's-
outfit.
He's prepared. He's prepared. Like, you cannot blame a man for being prepared for the occasion.
I even dyed my hair green. I don't know if you noticed.
It is like
yeah, you did.
the most pistachio ice cream level of green.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, what is it? I was trying to place it. You're right. It's pistachio. Pistachio Maloney.
Pistachio Maloney. It's Posty P Maloney. The P stands for pistachio.
Okay. As long as that's what the P stands for. Just never go yellow. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Alright, it seems we are missing just one soul. Let us see what kind of games we are gonna be getting. Jojo already on the samurai. I do have to mention I haven't been queuing up. Again, in real life has been doing its thing. I do know that samurai was kind of the big winner for this patch in terms of like becoming functionally Viper 2.0. Impossible for it to die.
Yeah, I haven't played too many. I think I played one 24/7 match and then Tamari Customs, but that's my only experience. I don't think I've even really touched casuals with it too much.
The enthusiasm for this patch is through the roof.
I've mostly experienced the changes to the monk more, and it's interesting.
What are your thoughts on it?
Ooh, oh man, hold on. I gotta do some shout outs here. Crunk Charizard, thank you for the follow, and Comrade Tex, thank you for the follow. God, I love fucking people's usernames, dude. These are fucking great.
Holy shit.
Crunk Charizard and Comrade Tex. Ah, that's fucking great.
Alright, they deserve the shout out.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna give Shio a minute here. They're the only person that we're waiting on. I like everybody's got the green sticks out now. This is so cool. They're all cheering for you, Posty. Look.
It's totally not because Take did it first or anything.
Actually, I did it because they were doing it. It wasn't me. I am just
I'll
going
join
with the
you,
crowd.
Oh yeah, so for thoughts on Monk, I mean, honestly, like, it's hard to say. I kind of miss Flint just for, because the problem is that, yeah, and in LP or high level play, sometimes all that matters is proccing pressure point.
Yeah.
Like, you just knock someone around, pressure point, because it'll go through guard, and they still haven't fixed that. I don't know why it does it. So, like, typically you just want to hit the slightest thing, and since it knocks people back, if they just guarded, you just hit them with a 6k Flint reply. Doesn't matter. Procs pressure point. Or you can, use it in for Meteor Drive if you don't have anything else. I get why they changed it. I agree conceptually for the change, because I think Monk should be melee. They shouldn't have a bunch of ranged. Lowering TC helps with that as well, but the problem is that for burst damage, you still have to be on the 4th combo of the normal 1-2-3 GTD for it to match the damage of boosting fire reply. So at the start of a match, your highest damage output is still to just fire reply. Like, that's going to be both your safest and your most damage. So even though it's on 12 seconds, you get another one around Phantom Rush, but that is assuming you dash and start spamming your one button and never have to leave, which typically you're not allowed to do that, especially in higher level play. Like, if you're able to stand on top of a team or person for that long, like,
They're doing something very wrong.
Yeah, you're rolling beyond free. So it's, I wish they would have done something else, but I don't know exactly what.
I am of the opinion that yes, conceptually, the buff to monk, the buff to samurai, I believe Viper may have gotten something else right off the top of my head. I don't remember.
Less on the coil heal.
Mm.
So
I think it's still a matter of how the game is played now. We are one of the reasons why I am personally not finding it all that enjoyable is precisely because range do everything that melee does, potentially speaking better, and like why do you really bring a melee that isn't there for any other reason than to soak and tank? And melees such as monk, such as I guess ninja, to a certain degree samurai can do it better now, but it wasn't like the entire idea of it. It was not meant to be a pseudo tank. Like, yes, you can play them. Certain teams in CCRC have shown that they can very well be played, but you still have the issue of why do you bring melee to a fight where range can do pretty much everything they can and at a distance at a lesser risk. So just from that kind of interaction, you already are taking a bigger what is the word? A bigger risk bringing melee such as monk in there.
unless you go 3 supports like Astra has just gone, which I was flashbang trying to pay attention to what you're saying, and then seeing a sea of green. Happy St. Patrick's Day once again. If you don't mind me, I'll go through the list because, oopsies. We have Yuki, Mui Loco, I assume, Lucio,
yes,
Kaide,
Loco
and
is
Citri.
Toshio, by the way.
Which one is Mui Loco? Is Toshio? Toshio?
it's Toshio, yeah.
Yeah, Toshio Goblin.
Okay. They're man and not goblin. On Umbra, we have Kane, Bayumi, Shylillia, Gojo, and Levi Scarlet. So a lot more standard comp on Umbra. So double guard break with Scholar Paladin. 2 melees.
I do not want to be
Good old
Citri
thing.
right now.
Yeah, being a Viper, I mean, they have 3 healers to support them. They just gonna have to really get support.
Right off the bat, Yuki gives Muloko the shield for reasons. And of course, the first person that they are trying to send is Kaede. Kaede manages to get out. It does seem like Shai is trying to lock that
And the ninja hopefully
Dragoon down.
has Sakuchi out, or actually just walks away for free. They don't chase, probably because Citri is the only one that can. Unfortunately, they're out.
And at this point, Citri has to
Samurai
get out.
playing really far out. Gets the cover, gets the free reset.
We are presently having the issue of having essentially no damage on the side of Astra, but we finally have the first beam.
Oh,
It
a white
gets
mage beam across the
Godwin.
map to the pick, though. Fortunately. Oh. Viper's in LB now, just able to just run people down. Paladin. I agree with that target selection. Delete them from the game.
Like in general,
You know, we
not
just
just
talked
Kane,
about no
Paladin in
damage,
general.
but here's Astra coming ahead. Turns out I'm not
It
locked
does-
in.
It does seem like what they're trying to do from this point onward is just survive for the 60 seconds and the 75 seconds. They are definitely not dying within that first minute, and that is a viable threat. Gojo goes in to try to prevent
It's
any
a
more progress.
full team Kazushi. Doesn't have LB though, so doesn't really matter all that much. Gotta be careful with Ninja LB on Umbra up. All it takes is one person to slip below, but very interesting half engage and pullback.
But
Gojo
goes
going
ahead and
back
breaks
in
the
again.
point.
Sage Cage goes down, but dies. Oh, with the combo, another Viper limit break.
2 for
It's
the
like
price
one
of
link
Lucio.
went off,
I'll
but-
take that.
Opting not to go for pot instead of run around the corner. Holy aggressive phalanx by Kane to cover. They're gonna be able to stall point. It's gonna be very hard to though. Astro is getting ratted out in the back.
Manages to get that point literally 2.2 before the point is broken. They, however, have lost one of their main tools and are now relying on Gojo getting a juicy LB.
The cheating Zanny is now in play. As if he wasn't playing forward enough now, knowing that he can just delete the entire team, he will definitely play forward. Oh, there's cheating. There's one hitter. He sends. Interesting.
The
Point
least
is just being
Toshio from
stalled though
the
by C-Tree. Blocks the vine with the scales. Gonna dash out to the paladin. Gets found in the guard. Not that many resources there. But again, Astra doesn't have too much to chase. No, they do have White Mage Beam, but looks like White Mage got stunned and not within range to help finish that kill.
they may need to op rather sooner than later. Takes that pot from Citri. Citri may come to regret being in there.
Well, there goes the
They
beam
do
on
manage to get
the
out.
Samurai, punishing that push. No guard, but enough MP to maybe get out. There's the cover. There we go. Good cover by the Paladin. Paladin has no mitigation out of this, though. Doesn't stop Gojo from going straight back to point. Throws up the cheat and gets Dragoon limit broke. You know, cheating
We're
is
down
good.
to the last
Not
45
that good.
seconds. And at this point, Umbra has to more or less hope for a miracle with 30 seconds left. They do have quite a few tools, but they do not seem to have the coordination to make something happen. They need to. They need to.
Send Astro. Paladin can't help you if you die instantly. Gojo is holding point again. I'm expecting the cover on him out of guard. There it is.
Manages to guard
There's the
that beam.
Matches Cage with Phalanx though, so it's kind of even out on stall right now. Phalanx is ending now though. Their ninja is currently resetting, so only 4 possible being on point, but Astra has no MP on pretty much all of them. So it's an option of fight here, hope for the best, or just get out. Well, looks like get out is going to be the option.
Down goes the functional tank for Astra. They may need to withdraw from here. They do have essentially the entirety of the map to go, so they can allow themselves that luxury. Moloko has
Scan
all the way
is coming up. They might get the Kazushi hits. LB coming up live. Are they going to send it now? No, they're going to go into guard.
No, I do think Gojo is going to sit on it for massive threat.
They got a good stagger there, helping their push. This is the
Pain
combat
is
situation
anchoring
that
the point.
Umbra needed. Goon LB up. Gonna go down on Gojo, but not really do all that much. Cheating is up again. We have one hitter. He sends it. They're
Down goes
pure
Yuki, and with
momentum.
her, there'll be.
Fortunately, C-Tree's past the pot. Where's their Astro right now?
Be careful, Gojo, get back in!
Like Sage is gonna hold their. They went for momentum play with that early Zan, but things kind of stalled out for a second. Nothing's really happening. Astro LB is gonna come out, really nullify things for a second. So Umbra is still pushing. They chased.
They are doing a really clean job keeping Astra staggered, so long as they do not get off the point, because we are running short on overtime clock. Gojo has to guard, needs to get relieved immediately.
Oh. There goes
Pain goes
Phalanx out.
losing with the Phalanx.
10 seconds of point stall at least. C-Tree uses 1 skills on point. So it's a really
Down
good push.
goes the Phalanx.
Paladin's gonna be looking really rough out of that guard. Definitely gonna get sent, but can they get out?
Out goes the Sage Cage.
Oh no, but
No!
that leaves the point.
No!
Holy, it
Oh
was
my
so
god.
close.
What a comeback, or almost comeback. Oh,
That would have been a crazy comeback.
that would have been crazy.
You know,
That was a 98.8% to 90.1. Good job, Team Umbra, on that.
you were just saying about how Samurai might have been one of the big winners, considering he just healed 1.2 mil, more
Yeah.
than the Sage and Astrologian. Second most healing in the game, by the way. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Real
Hello,
quick,
Mrs.
thank
Nark.
you, Said Noodles, for the raid. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Noodles viewers. Welcome to the show. And also, thank you, Snark, for the subscription. That's 18 months. Holy moly. We got
I am
switch.
back, Snark.
Let's see where we're going
I
next.
genuinely do not understand the samurai buff. Like, I am definitely not a samurai main, but it is one of my melees of choice whenever I want to play melee. I feel like it's one of the jobs that I have the hardest time dying on, so I don't really understand why they needed extra healing.
It's a good question, just like how they said Machinist dies if you look at it, so we're going to amplify Machinist's damage. They say one thing, and the result is not what you would expect.
It's I feel like the main appeal of Machinist at this point is the younger the Machinist is, the higher the psychological threat of just how fast they can burst you.
It is definitely
Real
an
quick
interesting-
shout out to my squishy Derry. Thank you for the raid, brother. The people yearn for PvP. They love it. They crave it.
I believe Yuki needs a couple minutes. Are we okay with that?
No, we're not okay. Yeah, of course we can do it.
Okay, more time to talk about the PvP changes. Yeah, I agree. Samurai was never a job that I queued and went, man, I die too much. My issue with Samurai is, okay, I started my cast and all the players have now ran away, and I have
Yes.
no real way to stop them other than my one stun, which now everyone can purify, or my bind, which everyone can purify every single time.
I know, right? It feels bad to play.
Just like, I understand casted damage, alright, it should hit hard, but doing a Tendo in the follow-up does about the same amount of damage that Picto can do in 2 button presses that they can weave from 10 yalms away.
Mhm.
Like, Samurai is the most predictable. It dashes to you, you know what's coming. Good players will just leave, or purify, or just do anything. Even walking directly through the Samurai can interrupt its ability to cast, because the game doesn't know how to handle 0-0 as a range.
The I forget the name of the AoE bind. Like, that is just about as effective as Salted Earth is in terms of actually binding someone down because of how long it takes for it to register.
Yes, they even increased the range, and with the netcode changes, it still seems to miss pretty much every time. Unless you get it right on top of somebody, it's still just... Yeah, don't dash to people. Which further just makes Samurais worse, because the issue is, especially in the LP sense, hey, put damage on this guy right now, I have a good setup. And Samurai's response is, alright, well then, I'll try, give me about 13 hours, and, you know,
To
either
walk up to
burn
the
a
target.
dash and just like, tell them, hey, you're the target now, because I dashed you, or you just run up and like, hold on, let me start casting for 2 seconds.
Mhm.
And then even then, it's like, okay, you cast for 2 seconds, and you did 10k. A Black Mage can peek, cast for 2 seconds, and do like 13k with all the buffs now. Like, it's just... It didn't need more help. Cheating was already pretty darn good. Sustaining was already not too bad on Samurai. It just... The buffs just make that part stronger. And really, kind of, that's about it. I kind of predicted that the most it will do is when there's a skill gap, just let Samurai abuse it more. Like in casuals, how are you supposed to run away from a Samurai? Like, you can't fight back. It just has so much healing. It's kind of turned into Gunbreaker, where a Gunbreaker and a casual can just run you down, and with all the shields it generates, and Nebula and Hawk, unless you have a Giga combo, you just can't do anything about it.
Oh no! All right, somebody does not meet the requirements to go in. Gotta figure out who it is.
Who's on it? Holy...
I'm seeing 2 people offline though.
Yeah, 2 off.
We have 2 people
They're-
offline.
yeah.
Scarlet.
Oh no!
Yeah, we have Shailia and Levy are offline. I believe they
Oh,
are
no.
resetting their games.
It's the
Oh.
PvP DDoS again.
Oh, that's
I'm
what Fayume was saying. We have people resetting.
I
Good old router reset.
Sorry guys, I can barely read. Okay. All right.
I mean, you're a dead man. Dead men don't read.
Dead men read no books.
Yeah. There we go.
I don't know. I have, for the most part, enjoyed the change to Kid Reg for this expansion, but
Yes,
I think it's a positive change in terms of like how the game is played from a very basic level. But at the same time, and I said this when all the way back when Vibro was new and everybody thought it sucked because it kind of did, that it definitely did, gave me the impression that the devs are developing the jobs for the kind of game they wished Crystalline Conflict was, and not the game it is.
I mean, it definitely seems like 7.1's job was to remove one-tick meta and put in a more sustaining as viable. And immediately that's what got adopted with just like support and tank spam.
And it just
finally
gradually got
something became
worse.
good enough to stand up to like just the standard comp. Kill as fast as you possibly can. Now that's still the main way to get kills, but now with sustain you have a follow-up. Like, okay, if you don't kill immediately, you just heal down, amp, guard break, all that good stuff. Which thank God they adjusted a little bit. It's still oppressive, but definitely not.
It's oppressive in a. It's what Snark is saying. Goes became the meta and it sucks. My opinion is that it changed the pacing of the game in a very unfun way, in my humble opinion.
I don't think in any
Also,
PvP mode do people like to hit something with a team of 5 and watch their health bar go back up to 100 immediately.
Nobody does. Also, I would like to mention that Gojo has brought out the gun.
Yes, I was about to say, the machinist has been brought out. If you thought Samurai was crazy with damage, watch what's about to happen. Drill goes out almost
City
at
gets-
C3.
City gets absolutely bursted.
Luckily, they have an astrologian. They're still just shooting. We're kind of stalling out. For a lot of the damage they pumped out, Astra has mostly full MP. Oh, well, speaking of damage, there goes Pictomancer. Astrologian goes down, Kaide goes down. Here comes the roll. There's going to be no way to stop it. Lucio can kind of run, gets guarded, actually pulls off. I'm surprised by that. I was expecting a full chase there.
Maybe pulling ahead a little bit and trying to buy up space. However, it does seem like Umbra's being a little bit slow on getting that point progress. Constantly stuffing out the point.
Pinching things away, but oh no, the machinist goes through the guard. Takes down the Sage. Limit break is up. This is where I'm going to go on board with the machinist and watch where this gets sent. The first guard
you
will
looking
get
for an
punished
angle?
unless they get onto auto turret. Or anchor, sorry. They are on anchor. Wait for analysis, and then you will see what will happen after that. They send it. Don't send LB. Actually, don't send the combo. Interesting. Never mind. Shailulia pushing way forward. Sends a Link into full HP. might have been a wrong button press. Now Umbra's gonna have to
Yeah,
leave.
I do believe that there may have been a little bit of miscommunication, and now Umbra has to run away immediately, trying not to get staggered. They do have the positional advantage. They managed to break 50 while Astra has not done that so yet. We are about to go into a climatic event in 2 seconds.
All of Umbra pretty much used their guard for that. Were they keeping track?
And
of
now
the
they're
Astra?
even.
Sage Cage goes down. Gonna block a lot of that damage. Paladin is gonna match it with the Phalanx, and now it becomes a stall v stall. Astro LB also went out. Didn't even see that one. White Mage Beam goes out. Takes down the Machinist before they can do anything. Probably a smart idea. Astra has actually come back here and might get a break.
Astra definitely recognizes Gojo for the threat that he is,
Now
and
we're
they
getting
are
ratted into the back, running away from the Paladin. Oh. There goes the Paladin cover. Polymorph misses. But
he
Astra's
may
pushing
find
really
himself
good
in
right
a
now.
lot of trouble here.
No guard on the
Having
stage, so
no
you're just gonna
real
have
melee
to
to
snipe that. There it is. That's what I would have done. Yeah, that's what I would have done.
American Mage at the mic.
I mean, that's the thing. Gojo took a little too long. Should have sent it in that 50 fight on their side, but kept it. And that's how much a snipe matters. All you have to do is wait for one guard, or if you have the stun up, you can pretty much get your kill by yourself and let the team build off of that. That's exactly what happened. He snipes one, and they all run. Especially now, they have Ninja LB, Scholar LB, Ictomancer LB. Astra also has White Mage LB, Dragoon LB, and Viper LB. Which Viper and Goon can do a lot together, same with the White Mage. Especially with a boosted backlash, or even just raw backlash weaved into it. Though Vipers, they're being very passive right now. No one's really going forward to take anything, so Umbra's coming forward instead. Goon goes up, kind of raw. Gonna swing around, not gonna get to anything though. Drops on the outer edge, gets a couple guards out though. Fortunately, Machinist is stuck out in the open getting healed, but has no movement. Cover, I think, ghosts, unfortunately. And Paladin is going to stand on point and die. Give himself one last reset to play with. Oh, with point, actually.
Astra,
they're just going to leave it there.
They're just gonna leave it there because Astra recognized they were under no real need to fight into that
Stage needs to
into that
Scholar needs to
corner.
get to a cank as a guard. I think that's going to be it. That's GG. No one can get there.
That is G.
Oh my.
Maybe Paladin... I think Paladin thought that the respawn was going to happen a little faster and save the Phalanx for the re-engage, but they just were not able to get back to point. Really smart play to leave point there as well. Like, that is absolutely the right choice.
That is actually something that I think it's one of the things that if you are into rank, you start only seeing very, very high elo, or once you're a little bit more into LP, you see it with more experienced teams. Playing the positional advantage is very important, and it's something that you don't really see low rankers do. They have this urgency of always pushing the point to 100%. Well, and in reality, you don't need it to win matches. That's why you always should be keeping an eye on game state. Do I have the advantage? Does my team have the advantage? Do we actually need to push? Where do we leave this crystal that is harder for the other team to get to?
Yes, most definitely. A lot of lower elo in ranked or casuals is just a whole lot of push the crystal, push the crystal, push the crystal. They don't care if it's a 1v5. They will go in and stand on the crystal, which is definitely not how you should play the game. But that's kind of how the game's taught, and the game doesn't really teach anyone else that sometimes not being on the crystal is actually better.
Yeah.
The game
you
is
can really
taught?
see that. Yeah, you don't really.
Not really, no.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, we've talked about it before, but like a Hall of the Knobs for PvP, I think it would be a good thing. I know that it wouldn't fix every problem because Hall of the Novice doesn't fix all the problems for PvE either, but you know, if it improves a couple people's days, then probably worth it, to be honest.
Is there even any, like, I think I remember when I was new to the game in Shadowbringers, the only, like, tutorial area for Wolf's Den teaches you about stuff from the Fold, from A Realm Reborn. Like, you get, like, a weird
Oh boy.
pseudo
Yeah,
tutorial for, like,
it
that.
used to give you a description, but not an actual tutorial.
Hmm.
Like, it would just give you a description
I don't know
of how
what
to
it was
play.
for.
It's the same thing as when you first unlock any of the other modes. Like, it briefly kind of tells you how the game mode is played, and then you can go talk to the one guy
Oh, you're cutting
inside
off,
the
John.
boat. Oh, I'm cutting out. Wonderful. Perfect. Amazing. Real quick, thank you to Nova Locked Out for the follow, and I'm going to get the next teams announced in Shout Chat.
Don't get me wrong. I have said multiple times that I do not think a tutorial would be the end all that a lot of people kind of suggest that it is. I do think it would be useful, especially because these people like to pretend that not knowing purify or recoup or guard just means that, like, I don't want to use the word that people would use for describing someone that doesn't, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of people think that it just means that you belong in bronze and you're never getting out of there. And I don't think that's right, because this is another half of a game that doesn't play in the same way. This is functionally a totally different game than what PvE is. And PvE does not demand the same kind of self-healing, self-mitigation, self-care, so to speak, that PvP does. So starting from the fact that, yeah.
You can continue.
We have our teams.
We do have our teams. Astra is Bodvar, Adele, Proto, Lucio, and Namira versus Umbra, Sugar Momo, Shy, Skyanar, Yelena, and Key.
Yeah, like in PvE content, players are not like, oh, I have to heal myself. I have to manage healing and positioning and target selection and all my defensives. Like, they just kind of let a healer spam them. So, like, keeping yourself sustained is not part of a lot of PvE players' first, like, instinct. So,
and I have friends that are
reinforced.
I have friends that are good raiders, like decent PvE players, who just to humor me play Crystal in Conflict, and they kind of realize, oh boy, like there's an entire part of my kit that I forgot to use, even if they have it in their bars, because it's not part of the paradigm that they're used to doing. I do very much agree with what Merlin just mentioned in chat. The spellbook should glow to enforce you to add guard and purify if it's missing before you can kill. Like those kinds of small but important context clues would be a nice
to have.
Pseudo tutorial. Yeah.
It won't fix people that can't read, which is a large selection of people, but you know, at least they had the option to. And I think that's what most people want. It's like the option. Like, you had the chance to be told. You actively didn't listen.
The other thing that I think would be functionally the actual first tutorial would be if we actually had ELO, or at the very least a ranking system akin to what Feast had. I do want to establish that I was not a feaster, but I do know that for a fact that the system that they had for ranking up is akin to what we have in Crystal rank. So you actually had that necessity of, like, I don't know how to say it, but playing according to your level and pushing past your own boundaries to level up, which is not something that is a necessity and does not clue in the player as to, okay, I'm doing something wrong that is keeping me at this level, and that is the reason why I'm not ranking up. I am effectively at my skill level. How do I push past that? Win streaks is not that, ladies and gentlemen, in my humble opinion.
Wait, you guys were winning your ranked matches? I didn't know you could streak. It's every other game that takes its ranked seriously has. It's normally based on wins and losses, but there is an elo system behind doing extra work to make sure that, like, you know, not everyone contributes the same. But in the current system, you are only as good as the worst player on your team. And if your worst player is really bad or actively throwing on purpose, which is a big problem now, then the game assumes that you're just as bad as them and you get the exact amount of loss as they do. And then the other team, you know, if you get carried, well, then you're as good as them.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but Merlin brought up a good point in chat. Spellbook should glow to enforce you to add Guard Purify if it's missing before Q.
Welcome to the stream, John. Yes, we did.
Oh, fuck my life.
It's all good. It's a good idea. Reiterate it twice because it should exist.
Sorry.
Actually, we should retreat it every 5 minutes. Make sure that it exists to us.
The hamster switched wheels on me. Sorry.
Hotbars should like generate correctly because my character was created in Shadowbringers. All the PvP hotbars are created at that point. So even if I unlocked a job after Endwalker, it still would auto-populate my hotbars with Shadowbringer actions that did not exist, which was very interesting. So, you know, even though I unlocked Black Mage in Dawn Trail, I had the Shadowbringers med kit and everything else because it just generated for all jobs that existed at the time, even if you didn't have it unlocked.
I don't remember for what job it was, but I had a static member that sent me a screenshot of them loading into the Wuzen. They haven't done so since Stormbolt, I believe, so their entire hotbars were grayed out.
Yes.
Ooh, also, thank you, Lenny, for the follow. Gotta get that in there. Gotta squeeze that in. Sorry to interrupt.
Squeeze it. All good. Obviously, that's not an issue for a lot of players, but it's just, I think the whole system just has a lot of layers of oopsies that just kind of compile to odd situations.
You know what? I actually would like to offer up that what everybody is so fond of calling spaghetti code in this game is actually a gigantic mountain of oopsies. Oopsies that got left behind and were never fixed.
Oopsie code.
It's a Mount Oopsie.
Speaking of Mount Oopsie,
Mount Oopsie.
All DPS is in Goodbye Triple Healer, all red. And by God, there's 2 melees. So, interesting. Gonna see how Samurai and Viper together are gonna be able to hold the front line. Backed up with a Dragoon, a Black Mage, and Summoner. That is a lot of damage.
That is so much Damalia.
Ninja, Machinist, Summoner. Both of these comps I would be perfectly fine playing with.
This actually looks like it may be a fun match.
It always makes me think of Patch Adams when they put the lady in the spaghetti. All right, back to the fight
goes
here.
to the left side. Oh, and goodbye, White Mage. You were the only green in the game, and you had the aggro for it. Gunbreaker's going to go down next for being the only blue, and now the red is allowed to play for free. So Bodvar's got to be careful. Goes down with full MP. Brother, you got to use Recoup. I know you have it on your hotbar. Doesn't really matter, though.
I do not think that him and his triple-digit... I do not think that Bodvar's triple-digit ping allows to realize that before it happens.
Good old Bodvar ping. There goes an early cheating. Samurai's just gonna look at this pressure. Can't be touched. Doesn't matter. Even if they get sent after.
L9 just outright going on full Black Mage tank mode. How it goes to Black Mage will be.
Sends out the limit break. But no one's really there to send it except this White Mage. Oh, that's gonna be unfortunate for the White Mage coming out. They are gonna get obliterated. There it is. I don't think the Black Mage Fire even landed the flare.
I do believe that Astra's entire
point gets Hawk, but then gets Heart of Conundrum.
Astra's entire strategy is basically to not let Umbra play the game.
There's no way
Poor
Machinist
damage.
lives for more than just a second. Point is going to move. Link goes out as a last-ditch effort to try and get the Viper before they heal up, and it's just not going to be enough. Turns out
Ladies
all
and
DPS
gentlemen,
is
I
still-
blinked.
Still valid. In a
I
way.
blinked and the game ended.
Holy. That's the thing about all DPS is that if you can't put enough counter pressure onto it and they can get a pick, it just starts to roll.
That was just a warm-up. Team Umber's okay.
And of course, they went for the healer first, because as long as they delete the healer, then that levels the sustained playing field. Then they end up with player advantage and the DPS advantage.
You have to consider, though, it is possible for a standard comp such as Umbra's to survive past that kind of damage, but they need especially good positional awareness. They need especially good reaction time regarding reaction. Obviously, Elena thought of going aggressive to try to enable her team to counter Sen, but it was the wrong call in my opinion, because you have to consider who is the greatest threat on Umbra. And in this particular case, it is either the White Mage or the Machinist, and the Machinist has no reason to go in.
Yeah. Okay, they changed it up. They had enough fun. Can swap in Astrologian and Dark Knight. Same. Was it Pictomancer last time? The match was so quick.
No.
I don't think any limit break even came out. Other than
I do not believe. You're gonna have to forgive me for this, but if you were on Pictomancer, I did not see anything happen.
they might have been, but like I said, it was just
He was on Summoner last match.
okay. That makes
Okay.
sense. I remember saying Summoner. I think we have 2 Summoners now. There's only 1. Maybe not. I'm fucking lost.
Proto wasn't Summoner in the last match.
Okay.
They
I'm not
changed
crazy.
to Astro.
Probably not. A lot more standard comp now. Dark Knight Astro, pretty tanky composition. Turret goes down.
So he's
on
moving
Umbra's
in,
side.
getting a little bit of damage early on Shu and Momo.
Holy Vodvar with the strat of dying. Put down
Both
Salted
are
and then
down.
ran around the corner the opposite direction for a plunge, but then was left outside of their Salted and just kind of tanked. All that burst damage came out, now things have stalled out a little bit. White Mage is in a bad position, kind of in the middle of a bunch of Astra. And yep, that's what eventually will happen. Shylillia, unfortunately, low MP, gotta be careful where they're standing as well. Probably should get out and take that pot, which they are going to Sakuchi up. Point is currently being
believe that-
stalled by... There's the Pictomancer guard. Gunbreaker's going to take point away from them. Fortunately, the Gunbreaker, though, just even with all of their mitigations, just goes down. Machinist, say your prayers. You will see your maker in about a second. Well, actually, LOSing surprisingly well while getting healed, but it's a matter of time. Same with White, and Astra is now going to start rolling once again. Smart on the Pictomancer to get way out of the way. Though the Viper has found them in speed lane. Gunbreaker has also avoided getting bursted too separate from the team.
One of the bigger issues that we are having
They're
here
gonna have Nilgard
is
getting onto the point. Are they going to get to the point? Just barely. The Machinist is standing on point, throws up guard. Machinist is going to be very careful what's about to happen. They do have Snipe combo, sends it out onto the Astro. Good old Point Kit and Machinist getting the things done. Unfortunately now, has now taken the attention of Astra, and they're going to send Burst into them. Lethargy goes out, slows down in a just raw Zanny to drive it home. Bodvar also in LB on point, just completely sustaining, stall it out, 99.4%. White Mage goes to point, throws up guard. Gonna die immediately after
Not
coming
enough.
out. Gunbreaker. Spam recoups, that's all you got. Lethargy goes out. Guard's gonna happen, but they're just gonna get pumped.
Oh, and that
Astra
was
moves
Sugar
it at
Momo's last
0.6%.
stand. Valiant effort, Sugar.
Holy. That one started off a little slow, but then once Astra got advantage, it just started to roll. Because even though they went healers instead of DPS, they still had Dark Knight. Dark Knight can either point kitten and salted or just plunge and plunge and plunge and just stick on somebody.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it really can do both.
It depends on your team, though. I feel like anyone who has played Dark Knight recently feels the frustration of, okay, so which style of Dark Knight do you want me to play? Do we want to play aggressive, or do you want me to play Point Kitten? And Point Kitten is, I would say, almost the default style, because you can... It's almost a necessity to play when you're solo. You can't really rely, unless you have like someone you know very well placed in this specific way and you decide to be their wingman, then you can sort of play the aggressive style, but when you are alone, you are basically relying on your own hits to help you to survive, right? Meanwhile, in LP, if your team is coordinated enough, it almost goes without saying that you can play the plunge reset game. But if your team is not all looking in the same direction, then you pump as much damage as you can, realize that your survivor is about to fall off, and go, fuck my life, I got nothing, and now I die, essentially. Scally is crying in chat because she knows what I'm talking about.
Oh wait, I gotta look now. Sorry, I was in the other one. Yeah.
It definitely really depends on the team, the comp, and the situation. I think any time where a Dark Knight gets a player advantage, it could just rotate to the plunge. Just like, keep plunging, keep getting kills, keep healing down. Because that really helps your momentum. But if it's an even game, then you might as well use it to get space, because the Dark Knight inside of their own salted, with a healer backup and the double TPMs that it gets, plus a quietist if any more than one melee decides to show up on top of them, can really make them sustain for a long time.
Yeah.
Much more than a warrior can, that's for sure. Or warrior just kind of throws up bloodwetting, sends its damage, and then it's like, well, I hope a healer heals me.
That is partially the reason why anyone, like, I given this advice to multiple new rankers who will want to try the job on as their like first blue. I feel like the moment they get the hang of this is how I engage, this is how I enable kills, and this is how I live Lord, they shoot up immediately to plat if not diamond. But a lot of people think that your big button is rend, and they do not realize just how suicidal a button it is.
I mean, if you're rending in, you're sending.
You're
be prepared to be sent in return.
You have to have the fastest guard in the east if you're rending in. It seems we have another PF up.
Which in Endwalker, I mean, when kits were a lot smaller, some jobs were like you go in, you do your one job, and then you just guard. Which White Mage was a lot.
Yeah.
You just kind of like, you dash, you poly, you guard. The rest of the team can get the kill, get the player advantage. You don't really need more. And if you didn't have that, you kind of you used Warrior. Warrior would just like rend, maybe a Reginy when they land, and then guard. Because, especially back then, Warrior didn't have a follow-up to rend. Warrior didn't have a follow-up to Blota. You were out of buttons. That was your job. You rended, you did your burst AoE damage, you're done. You might as well guard. Wait, and give you a little bit more, recast time or steal
Guard
mind share aggro. Yep.
I mean,
typically you
Warrior
wait for
kind
your
of
team
has
to
the
like
same
lower
playstyle,
someone
but...
and then you yank them back.
And I have been looking at all matches pre this expansion. I want to bring up that one, we didn't have Bayside back then. 2, Cloud9 and Red Sands were much more open back then. So playing corners, playing live was a lot harder back then.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, do you remember when
could-
Cloud9 was open in the box?
I miss it,
Wild.
bro. You just snipe people across the map on Machinist. There were no walls to run away.
White Mage Machinist Sniper Battle.
Which, thank God, has probably got those walls, because in the range meta that exists now, I couldn't imagine going against, like, Pictomancer Burst
Oh, Jesus
with
Christ, yeah.
no corners to go around. Even though it doesn't really matter, because as long as your LOS, when they press the button, even if it lands 2 seconds later, you're still going to get hit by it. But it would be even worse if you had 0 corners. And the openers were always so fun. You just go to the corners, and you're, like, technically just a couple feet away from each other. Just slightly LOS, like I do slightly peek. I miss it. I wish we had the PvP timing updates in Endwalker for more time, because I feel like we got the new netcode, got sustained meta, got purify changes all like relatively fast, and we didn't get to experience what Endwalker balancing would have been like with just the updated network timing.
I know it's not gonna happen, but part of me kind of wishes we would have Endwalker kits with Dawn Trail timing. I'm really curious as to how the game would feel like if we didn't have the cursed ass meta that we have now.
I think it would definitely be interesting to experience. It would have been nice to experience first. Because, I mean, yeah, they changed a lot. All at relatively same time.
Anyone have eyes on Merlin? Somebody said he might still be out getting coffee.
Let me take a peek in the player search.
See him anywhere. We've got to fucking swap out
Merlin
Merlin.
is AFK in Wolf's Den.
He's gone. We lost him. Okay, let me get a...
We won't be able to see the Black Mage crimes. But, you know, he's been eating good.
Alrighty, let's get... Who was the new sign up? Azumi.
I do think... See, it's hard, because they've made so many changes, and it's hard to tell exactly what's technically good for the game and what's not, considering it all just kind of mashes together to me at this point. Like, Purify... Everyone's kind of gotten used to it by now. Though... It's a weird situation where if you don't have to use Purify, you heal even more now. Which makes certain sustain comps even better.
Yeah.
It was,
I used
even
to
though it's
be...
the same game, it was a much different game. Oddly
Yeah.
enough.
There she is.
Don't worry, you just got called.
Yes, Asumi, you are on.
G-Mumbra!
Ooh, spooky Umbra.
Spooky Umbra?
Ooh, Umbra. I do think... I mean, I would always hold the opinion, if you went into spicy PvP takes, that ranked and LP should all be roll queue. If you want healers to heal and you want tanks to tanks, then you can only have one tank and one healer. If you're allowed to have infinite, it'll never be balanced. Otherwise, you're just going to have glorified DPS, which in Endwalker, pretty much the case. Every healer and tank was just glorified DPS with a little extra spice to their kit. But And I assume in Dawn Trail they wanted to make the roles feel a little bit more like their roles, and in some cases they have done that. But now, when you can just fill a whole team with the same type, it just doesn't really work out too well.
I have an slightly less spicy take, and that is that I don't think we need role queue. I think we need specific jobs to have, I don't know how to call it, but weights in such a way that the way I've explained it before is, for example, you cannot have a total of more than, let's say, 10. So if you have 2 jobs that are weighted at a 4, that's already an 8. So that you cannot have that many jobs that take up the entirety of the weight of the team, because you literally cannot fit their points into that structure. It makes it so that, for example, you cannot have a paladin and a scholar on the same team, and this is for solo queue only, by the way. I'm not entirely sure how it would be implemented for LP. But it makes it so that 2 teams that bring more or less the same thing, more or less the same value, cannot be on the same team together, because they make things so lopsided towards their team that if the other team is not mirroring, then answering is just incredibly hard.
I understand that, but I feel like you would have to trust Square Enix to maintain a system that makes sense. And I think, in theory, what they would want is that every job brings its own relatively balanced thing to the field, and wouldn't have to really need to weigh jobs by how meta they are. I think, in my opinion, they should just do a better job at making things, while not all playing the same, at least attribute some amount of the same amount of, zest.
Yeah. TLDR, never trust Square Enix.
It would also just be really hard to balance those values with every update. Every job brings some useful team except Viper and Dancer. I think Viper brings more than Dancer does. Speaking of Dancer, we have one.
We do have one.
Though Viper's a very interesting job, because the team kind of has to... It either uses it as a complete point kitten, or you get boosted backlashes, and the Viper picks. Like, a boosted backlash in a World Smaller will delete somebody. But the setup is kind of like Meteor Drive. You're like, I have setup, follow this call. And a lot of people just aren't ready to follow Viper calls like that. Because also, people LOS, and you have that scales backlash for 2 seconds of where you're, like, thinking of who to hit. And it can very much change. Viper confuses the enemy. True. Who is this asshole hitting me in the back? Goes in. Warrior goes in to guard really quick. Makes it out, though, relatively well. Both teams kind of half disengage. Poor Dancer's left on point, though. Has to flash up guard. Are they going to make it out of that one alive? Oh, not with a blow. With a little bit of dash out. Taking a lot of damage. Just barely. I don't know. Yeah. Eventually goes down. Oh, their monk TC is away. Very good. Oh, gets stunned, though. Good timing on the stun. Gonna come back. Not gonna fully leave. Gets Riddle up. Able to soak a little bit. Just enough. White Mage Beam goes out by Bodvar first. Bloat is gonna go on this White Mage. Actually, Ren first. No, they have no MP to leave. It's gonna be a reset for Astra. Ninja must be careful. Gets bloated. There comes Warriors. Grants himself Mesui. Enough to pull him off. They're gonna go to play.
Not that it would have changed much
Meteor
of the
Drive
outcome,
went out.
but...
Killed the Viper, holy. Aggressive play. Viper peaked when they shouldn't have. Poland's coming in. I don't know why people are pushing. You can just purify it now. There's no reason to not keep breaking. Oh, another blow to the
that was a good
Counter
beam.
Here comes the dance. Let's
Out
see
to
what
the
use
dance.
we get out of it. I mean, finishes off the Warrior. They were already looking pretty rough. They're going to chase pretty much the rest of Umbra out. Umbra's going to have good LBs to work with, though. Drexel has
There
to
needs
throw
to guard
They do have a
out.
White Mage. Beam's going to go out to help him get out, but a Viper LBs instead, and they're going to go through guard on that Monk. Eventually, it decides to register through. And unfortunately, Bonfire is kind of stuck. Not in a great spot. Warrior's back, though, to help them. Viper should be safe here. Throws out his scales. Oh, Warrior's going to be in a bad spot here
Manages
now,
to
though.
even themselves up.
Gonna scream,
goes
actually,
Zerg.
just to go. Probably spam some Fell Cleave action. Actually sending every button other than Fell Cleave. Point is still just hanging out for the most part. The whole fight is happening just completely somewhere not else. You have 3 people look at each other around point, but nobody's on it. Monk has Meteor Drive coming up very soon, hitting a Viper in the back. Are they going to send the combo? No, they're going to leave it. They're going to come back.
Proto manages to guard such a good guard against the beam.
Dancer's going to LB. I'm going to
They
expect
already
Meteor
get
Drive to come
hands on.
landing on them. Nope, Meteor Drive goes on the Warrior instead. And there's the... They dance, but Meteor Drive doesn't care about that. Now Dancer has to get out low on resources. Viper in LB. Gonna slam it all on the Bard. Bard is trying to run away, not gonna be able to get out. Oddly enough, another trade though. They keep one fight, fights towards Astra spawn, the other one fights towards Umbra spawn. They both get a trade. I don't know what. Proto on
Very
flank,
interesting
Warrior.
match.
Not a great spot for Warrior though. They keep cleaving on him, which is going to help him get healing from Bloodwetting a lot more. Gonna get screamed by the other Warrior though, and they're gonna get chased down, and there's gonna be no way they make it out of that alive.
City has to guard and get out.
Sends out a counter beam. Gets
Caught
a
by
good
beam.
cleave. Bahamut going down. A lot of damage being counter sent, but no one's on point. They're just sending all this damage, but not getting on point to prevent break. Astra's gonna perform. White Mage is gonna flash guard on point. That's gonna leave them in a really bad spot, but even though they get polymorph, there's just nobody there to follow up. Eventually, there goes the Meteor Drive to lock it down. Bard has no MP, needs to get out and reset. They're going to actually start singing with Final Fantasia instead, push all of Astra back, and they're going to run for that.
Umbra's in
Astra
a
has
little bit of a
one
tight
more
spot.
re-engage. With Dancer LB. Not bad. Dancer might be the deciding factor here. All Astra has to do is win one engage, and Dancer, if they get a good dance, might be all they need. A lot of Astra coming down mid. Nobody's there. Points 50. Point instantly breaks. The Dancer is on point as they should be, but the rest of the team's not there. Beam comes down from Bodvar from downtown.
Out goes
Finally,
Lance.
the dance is going to go out.
It's
Who
two
are they going to
people.
go for? The Warrior,
Oh.
but everyone's just gone.
That was kind of a
Holy.
wild match.
It was very, very all over the place. No other way to put it.
Okay, I wasn't the only one just like confused of exactly where everything was happening.
Yeah, I was kind of chasing people around for a while. That was a little bit wild. Real quick, so just to clarify something, so as Merlin kind of indirectly said this, so yes, you cannot go into the Discord to sign up for sets after the start time. I can't help the bot, unfortunately. Sesh just won't allow that, but I still take in-person signups. So if you decide like, oh, I want to sign up and we're already halfway through, just come get me in between matches and just shoot me a tell and I'll put you on the list. People still do that. That's always been part of the event, so it's not a big thing. Even if you signed up for like, say, like the first couple sets because you thought like, oh, I'm just gonna only have a limited amount of time to play, but then you decide that you want to keep playing, just send me a tell and I'll keep you on the fill roster. So not a big deal. The idea is to get as many games in for people that want to play as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been spinning this wheel, and the only thing left is Clockwork. The only thing left. So we're going to Clockwork next.
To spin it just because?
You know, there's a chance. You never know.
It's fun to spin. I like things that spin.
The Clockwork.
If Chaosy is staying on the dancer, and that's very much a possibility because I rarely see them on anything else, I would like to see a Yojimbo dance.
You know, go for the Suicide Yojimbo as well. I'll take that. Which is kind of what
A
you
1
have
in
to
10
do
chance for
with the
Bayside.
knockout timing. Bayside is always on the spinner. It never leaves. It's just there's an extra
Fucking
1 out of
love
10
Bayside, man.
That would actually be kind of funny. The Bayside special.
Yeah, we did it when it first came out. All Bayside the entire time. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
No,
Actually.
but like, I mean, like, Bayside is like the one map that cannot go away from the wheel, so like you re-add it every single time.
Bayside never leaves. Bayside is always an option.
Or if you truly wanted to be a despot, my suggestion would be that the moment any team does more than 2 greens, you re-add Bayside to the map.
If you run support meta, you get put on Bayside.
Just turn it into okay.
That's funny,
you know, I'll
that's
add
funny.
that to the list of like ideas of like me keeping my own personal MMR on people. It'll be things that maybe exist, maybe don't exist, but it'll never be put in public because I don't want to be in a Google Docy.
Too late, we all are.
Google Doc. Oh yeah, I gotta do a ready check. What the fuck am I doing? I'm running a goddamn event here. Okay.
I am ready.
Listen, John. I am of the opinion that whenever a snap happens, you can just say, I'm dead. Deal with it.
I'm dead.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Everybody's ready. Clockwork.
I am ready.
Down. Here we go.
You know, I'll save it
You're
for
still
when
hoping.
teams are revealed, but I see something.
Okay, is it? Somebody said earlier, and I know I said it before. Does it sound like Posty's getting quieter as like we go along? I cannot turn him up anymore, and I already have Discord maxed. No, he sounds
How could I
quieter
be
now
quieter?
than he did at the beginning.
I must scream into the microphone. Every map he walks back from the mic. It's not even the case. I'm planted exactly where I am.
Dude, I wonder if we could get like CC built in Roblox. I'm sure there's a way to do it, right?
Bro, I've already talked to people about that. Like, also can I just put my own balancing tweaks? Like, first step, recreate CC 1-to-1. Second, make my own version. Alright, I spy another dancer in the game. Bodvar has gone dancer.
Oh,
double
Bodvar,
dancer in the
here we
Clockwork.
go. That's my Bodvar.
I actually
Ready?
wanted. I wanted to mention it that Proto versus Adeline feels like we should be having Battle of the Ages playing on the background.
Speaking of the Battle of the Ages, both warriors go for each other, though the blow to is wasted since Rend came out anyways. Bodvar, though, on that dancer and taking pressure for it. Gonna be able to get mostly out, though. Coming back. They're still on him. Keeps double crossing the entire team. Now he's gonna go back again, back the other way. Ninja's gonna throw some stuns on him. Gonna start dancing away. Mitigation's gonna help, but I think their Astro has used all their heals already on him. A big
I feel
fight
like
happened, but no
Adeline
one
is
died.
Adeline
Nobody
is
is moving.
basically playing with Proto and going like, I know all your tricks.
Speaking of Proto and tricks, they better have one to get out of this one alive. Guard goes up, but Viper is on him, just constantly. Oh, and the beam is gonna lock
Out
that
goes
even
beam.
from on to the point. Bard is taking a lot of beating, but they might be left. Nope, that Dancer's actually gonna follow and get that kill.
Adeline goes for that
Dancer
Ren,
gets
but gets
flipped.
caught by the wall.
Taking a lot of damage, but they have full MP. Decides to start spinning instead of healing. Gets Aqua Veil, they're good though. Now Astra has Dance LB and Warrior Scream and Ninja Link. Wadvar does also have Dance, but has to pot. But they do have Bahamut in Phoenix in place. So there's a lot of combos you can do here. Each team can pull something off. Proto's gonna go point guard first. I'm expecting a Dance. There's Astra LB. There goes Dance on from Astra. Dies in animation though. Wadvar repeats with his Dance. Proto is gonna scream. Ninja is gonna send a link. Don't think they got anything though. Umbra is actually gonna win this one. As all LBs come out except White Mage Beam, and Umbra takes back the point.
I do want to mention nearly identical combos went out from both teams.
This Ninja might get
Both
caught
of-
out here. It's a really bad spot. Bad stagger for Astra. Gonna give Umbra the push that it needs to get to the 50.
This may both may not all be dead for Umbra. They have a lot of time. We have no minutes on either side, and Umbra is about to get that 50.
Ooh,
Proto goes
catching
in
a
to try to lock down
Dancer
Kaasi.
off to the side. Some guards going out. Astro throwing up guard. Dance comes out by Bodvar. Almost dies in animation. Has to heal and do anything and keep themselves alive. Doesn't really get an extension. Yojimbo comes in. No Yojimbo plays this time. Proto does go down. Drexel is really in a bad spot. No guard. They do have a Astro on their team, but I don't think it's going to matter. Bodvar as well. Might be able to get out if they have one more dash. No, it doesn't look like they do.
With only 90 seconds left on the clock, Toshi and Proto have to hurry up and either die or get the heck out.
Astro, ooh, good stun to get the Astro out of trouble, but now Proto's going to be
But now has to be very careful not to die
Good.
while re-engaging. There we go.
Should be fine now. They let him have that. They're all going to go take the free reset. Again, it's going to be LBs versus LBs. Astro LB, Warrior LB, plus Warrior, White Mage, Ninja, Dancer, and Viper coming up. This is Astra's to
looking for an
lose
angle.
once again. Proto's going to come in, scream. Astro LB goes out on their side.
Slightly premature scream. Out goes the other one onto Shy. Oh!
Umbra gets a kill. Viper LB went out, but that's about it. White Mage Beam is going to come down. Kaosi's going to hold on to the Dance LB. Ninja sends out a link at full HP again. Astra is going to just have to take this one. Umbra wins that fight. Astra kind of held on to LBs. I don't think they really wanted to use it, which is fine. Now they have an overtime play that they can make. Unfortunately, they have Dancer LB, but really nothing super strong to combo with. I'm gonna take this fight at this corner. Dancer's kind of in, though. There goes Dance. It's gonna hit the Bard. Looks like that's who they want to clean up, but it's not happening. There's not enough damage. There it goes, finally. Kaosi has to guard after Bahamut coming down from Drexel. Proto, oh, it's just completely obliterated. So does the Astro. The number is in a really bad spot now. Bodvar has Dance, but it's just not going to do anything. Gets screamed. They're going to make sure it's over. Drexel, and that's going to be GG.
And GG it is. That one goes 2-0 to Team Astra. Good defensive,
shout out to
good
somehow-
defensive stands by Team Umbra though, twice on that really nasty home corner.
Something I never thought I
Apologies
would ever
about
see
that.
in the top 3 answers. You know, put a little bit of respect on it. Wadvar also just completely soaking the most damage in the game,
Yeah.
while still also being one of the top 3 in damage. Good work, good work.
Apologies for the sudden silence. The game decided it would be the optimal moment at the last 30 seconds to disconnect me.
Oh, is that what
You know.
happened?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's okay, I was just rambling.
I mean, why wouldn't it happen? Somebody was talking about it earlier. It's the PvP specific DDoS.
Yeah.
I know it's not really not actually a DDoS, but it feels that way. It feels like they're picking directly on us. We don't deserve it.
It certainly does feel like that.
Alrighty, let's see here. Time to pull for the next set.
I don't know about you, but I am ready to see some Merlin war crimes.
Well, we're on set 4, and Merlin was signed up for set 4, so they'll be on this roster. Yeah, so
See
kind of
the
how I do it,
black
right, is I take the names off of the early sign up first, right? And then when there's holes, then I fill them in with the people that come and send me a tell, like partway through the start of the event or whatever. One thing I did want to say though, because this could potentially be our last match. There was a few people that only signed up for set E, which is the very last. We may not get to it. So if you only signed up for that one, and if you want to be on this one, let me know. While I'm making a party here.
Depends if we get 2-minute 2-0 or 30-minute bangers. You never know.
Please hold for a moment while we finish getting the teams assembled.
Alright, hold on, give me just a second.
You know, anytime I think I might conjure some kind of thought to fill the dead air, I just hear more cooking by Kayazi right into my ear.
Yeah, the egg the egg vendor, the egg dispenser.
The local egg vendor.
Must be boiled.
The protein procurer.
Protein procured. That's funny. You know what's funny when I say that's funny instead of actually laughing?
You know, supposedly tomorrow we have a producer Little Live, right?
Yes.
And they should be pointing at 7.5. Do you think we're gonna have another seismic change, kind of like we did Purify, Casting, and P on the next patch, or is it going to be more who the heck wrote this type patches?
You never know.
I'll be honest.
You never know.
I mean, will they actually do anything? Like, they did... The updates they did this update on 4.5 was more than I thought they would. A lot of it is kind of nothing burger changes, but it still was a lot more than I thought. Guard and Sprint will cost 2,000 MP next patch, and they will be spammable with no cooldown. Holy.
You know what would be kind of funny? I don't know if there are any gamers old enough to remember when one had tactical points, aka TP, and 2 sprint costed the entirety of your TP if you did it in combat. Does anybody remember that?
Wait, say
I wasn't
say that
here
again.
when
Sorry,
TP
I was
existed.
single tasking on something.
Does anyone remember when we had TP and using sprint in combat
Oh.
used all of your tactical points?
Yeah, sprint would take all of your TP. So if you were playing a melee job like whatever, then you had to like hold your sprint during dungeons and stuff. I remember that.
Yeah.
Imagine they bring TP back to PvP. Every time you sprint, you lose all your combos. You're on fantasy.
No, I was
Rush,
thinking
you
about
get
something
sprint and you lose
funnier.
it.
I was thinking about what Wormy said. It would be kind of funny if sprint was endless and did not get interrupted by getting hit, but it constantly drained your mana.
Interesting. Like that would be.
I don't get me wrong. It would be the ultimate troll change because I don't really think it would do anything to the meta as is, but it would be pretty funny.
You just get like on the same dot tick system, you just drain 1,000 MP for having sprint up, or like 2,500.
Yeah.
That would be
Kind of like a dot, yeah.
holy.
A dot on your mana. They just shoot me out in chat. Why would you speak that into the universe where Yoshi can hear it? There, I want to bring up that we have shouted out way more important stuff out into the universe, and Yoshi does not seem to listen. I'm fairly certain I could come up with the most outlandish shit, and he would still not respond to that.
I mean, I've come up with some really bad ideas just to see people's reactions. I don't know. I'm still the firm believer that if Polymorph gets removed off of White Mage and just put on a limit break for the single target and brought back to unpurifiable, that it might actually work. But now that they gave it an amp, so like you actually have a reason to press the button now. It's only 2 seconds.
But it's cancelable, right?
Yeah.
That's actually something that I thought I'd mention on our last Red Sense. Anytime I know I have a warrior hot on my heels and I haven't seen them use Blora in a while, on Reflex I will always be using Purify to try and bait that Blora, simply because I know that it's gonna come. The same kind of reflex I have is seeing a White Mage come in. There are 2 reasons why they come in. One is they jump in with Sereph. 2 is they come into Poly, right? So if you know that it's coming, either the White Mage or the Warrior have to be real patient to see that Purify goes out and then use it, which I see a lot less of. Or it's too risky because you know that you may get purified. So you have to wait until the target has no mana, has no guard, the proverbial coughing, which is, by the way, something I've been thinking. I missed that call out so much.
Yeah, whatever happened? I just realized, you just reminded me, nobody calls that out anymore.
Because basically being coughing means that you've overstayed the fuck out of, why are you even there?
Wasn't originally he's in the coffin, and then someone misheard it as coughing, so it just became the mean that they're coughing.
They're coughing, yeah. I really do miss the coughing call out. For those who may be post 7.3 gamers, which I guess there are some of in chat, coughing was when.
Wait, hold on. I'm not in the PF. Holy.
Oh shit, my bad.
Are you-
We're just running ready check. It's fine.
No, I just realized. My bad. I was like, it's awfully quiet in here.
Often was when someone had used both their guard and purify. Before 7.3, purify did not use to cost MP. Rather, it was on a really long cooldown. So you had one guard and one purify, and when both of those were used, which people would be looking at like a hawk, then you were in the coffin.
Which I miss that kind of game sense and keeping track of things.
Same.
Now it's like stun is like whatever. Like you get a 2-second window where if they purify, they can't press it again. Which is kind of where White Mage with Poly has to sit. Like you have to watch the purify, and then you just send Poly when it immediately as it drops. Make sure to time it exactly correctly, because otherwise you're just gonna purify Poly on cooldown if you can.
Yeah.
Because you will die if you don't. A 20% amp is pretty strong.
All eyes on Merlin, for he is in call.
Merlin on call. Yeah, Brian Ricardo is.
Yeah, we have the Prince of PvP versus his court wizard.
The Black Mage Abuser Merlin.
I think.
Who will heal Lethargy on cooldown?
I think once we got Merlin in call, I think that's, if it, nothing else that they've done for the community and warranted it, has sealed the deal, that their official PvP royalty, right?
Of course.
I don't know.
The comps are not too different. Pretty similar. Astra maybe slightly more standard. Though.
I am curious.
You can give and take.
If Brian is the Prince of PvP and Merlin is his court mage, does that make Kunagi the Jester?
I don't know who the Jester would be.
Damage card on the Astro on Umbra. Gonna send it. Doesn't get anybody though. Goon goes
Umbra
in
going all in.
They're the burst target. Bad timing on that. Throws up the guard, but doesn't matter. White Mage is getting completely cleaved for standing next to them. They're going to be the next. And just like that, Umbra is already rolling. Though, White Mage getting out. Should be a pot to grab.
Her running for dear life.
Point is just a paladin, just being the absolute most kitten of kittens. Able to tank. But now the whole team is getting wise of their antics and will go down. There goes the Picto Burst. White Mage, again, forced to run away. Throw up guard. Goon in life, gets a roar. Still in life, though. Not everyone got roared. Viper is just going to throw LB out on that. They need to really burn their life. Oh, able to rotate damage, though, on Brian Ricardo. The Prince is down. Point is slowly cracking.
Oh no, that Cobra ghosted.
Viper on point. Bodvar, though, finally getting pressure, has to throw up guard. Is on Dancer, should be able to get away. Astro supporting them as they leave. Viper allowed to play for free on point. Paladin comes back, gonna take a lot of damage. Throws out Purify and Guard. They would be coughing. Bodvar's gonna dance them, though. Gonna be able to get the spin, but the team's not there to really follow up, but the Scream is gonna definitely lock that one in.
I think that may have been an extremely defensive dance. Which to his defense actually got
Viper
the
LB comes out, just
intended.
gonna completely keep harassing. Doesn't care about the win. Gets sent up into the wind. Still gonna keep chasing. Throwing out that combo. Why not? Bodvar going through the whole team, just dancing the whole way. Polymorph goes on the Viper. No one to follow up on it. Merlin is just spamming fire spells on people. Throws burst on point. Picto LB is going to go down by the Prince himself. Stunned by the Paladin. though. The Paladin got to be careful. They're going to die. Merlin go into ice on
I'm holding the point alone.
Gonna get danced.
Dance on.
No way to get out. No way to live. Shayla gets the point. Throws on Doton. Time to just survive. Get knocked around low. Finally take it down. Mid Sakuchi animation, unfortunately. Only one. Forced a point. Stall with Dragoon.
Holding a point
not
on
gonna
guard.
help too much. And there's now
Levy trying to live to
Cover
Levy.
goes out onto the white mage.
Gets joint off the point.
Phalanx goes out, but misses the rest of his teammates. Point cracks. Holy. That was a bloodbath.
That was 100% Umbra
If the next one goes
recognizing
like
that
that,
Astro
maybe
had a criminal that could not be allowed to play.
You know, I was gonna watch the Black Mage War Crimes. I didn't get a chance. I mean, that is the one thing about Black Mage is you have to be allowed to play a little free to really make best use of it.
That is very true.
But
I
you can
would
argue
like
that
to-
with pretty much any job, that if you get focused and you're not allowed to press buttons, then it won't work.
Alrighty, Volcanic's gonna be our next map.
It's testy.
Arrow has gone on the dancer. I don't think I've ever seen them on the dancer.
Terrible dancer. Double tank as well. Warrior Paladin. No healer. Don't need it. Looks like Umbra is sticking the same. Merlin also decides maybe a Black Mage ain't it for right now. Gonna go on Dragoon instead.
I mean, to a certain degree, I understand it. You can sort of mix and match fire breathe into ice for the speed and lessen damage, but still quite spicy going through guard damage. But this map is absolutely miserable on casters.
Yeah,
The
it's
only map
pretty
that
rough.
didn't need walls added, pretty much, other than Clockwork.
It's pretty rough on casters, not gonna lie. It's like running through the hallways in like old custom-made Doom mod maps. I don't know, that's a pretty old reference, I guess.
I mean, pretty good for pick though. Just the smudge abusing around every corner possible.
I'm quite interested to see if Astra adopts the Umbra strategy of just pressing W into the other team. They, however, decide to take a tactical opener like they
Merlin
did. That,
coming
what?
through, getting bloated immediately, has to throw a guard. They
Very
kind of saw
interesting.
that one coming. Bodvar getting pressured a lot, has to throw guard. Astro also getting pressured a lot. Trying to dash out, spamming Benefics on themselves. They did recently just get buffed and it's keeping them alive. No MP
And no
though.
one is at the point.
Getting stunned. No way to get out of that one. Just a slugfest from the get-go. Point doesn't matter. Might be able to trade on their dancer. Taro is going to go down by the Viper.
But Levy gets
Prince
a
is
little
now
bit
on
of progress,
point.
but they are now 4 versus 4.
Warrior low MP, got to be careful. Throws out a Rend, gets a kill with it. Paladin also has to be careful. They got full MP. They need to recuperate. There it is. Gets heavy.
They recuperate,
Viper
but
LB is going to come out.
Walk straight into the other team.
Unfortunately,
And as of yet, we have
Viper's
a
gonna go
little
through
bit
that
over
guard.
16% progress.
Might
she
actually
decides
make
to
it to
get
the
a little bit of
pot.
progress.
Oh, just barely makes it to the pot. I'm watching a warrior run for their absolute life. Actually going to get away. Point comes back, just an Astro pushing, now accompanied by warrior that immediately dashes off to get some aggression going on.
And finally,
Bombs coming in,
Umbra has
really
made it to
slowing
the
down.
point.
Warrior screams,
Goes
only one
Merlin.
takes a huge chunk of damage. Unable. There goes a dance. I don't know on who. There goes another dance.
Having an emergency dance. I don't know who either.
Just some dancers dancing for the fun of it. Bombs going off everywhere. Everybody is screamed. Everyone is purple. Bodvar getting stunned. No MP, not gonna make it out alive. Picto LB goes down. The Prince has the point covered. Smudging back and forth. Paladin goes down before LB is charged. Warrior has to reset. The Ninja has to reset. Merlin goes down.
Only 1 minute just to get that pot
Slow
in the
animations
nick
on
of time.
Viper don't allow the pots to be interrupted. Only one gets the point, but immediately just has to guard and leave once more. Yanks the Warrior, but the Warrior already rended on him.
At some point trying to print more progress, gets stunned by the Astral Bee, and probably goes down.
Unfortunately, throws up guard. They do have a limit break. Will they just hold it? They're going to take a lot of damage. Warrior tries to stun to prevent them. They are getting a lot of heals, but point needs to be stopped slowly sometime soon. Their Warrior is overextending. They could get punished, but it's just 2 people. Point is still moving.
Merlin tries to hold the point.
Run out. Finally goes down point. Still just edging its way. Astro gets immediately screamed for being on point. Gonna try and get out of there. Gets
pulled back in.
Gets teleports back out.
Right out. Please,
Merlin
Astro.
is on the other side of the map, fighting a Viper. Dashes the Bodvar, prevents the pot, runs for his life. Just annoys, he just pokes the bee's nest. The Hornets are aware. The Prince is coming for him from behind.
He is utterly and completely alone. I'm not entirely sure what Brian is doing here.
Oh, didn't want him to get the pot off, which he did prevent. Dancer's gonna go out. Goon goes up, slams it on the Prince, gets the kill, punishes him for trying to interrupt this pot, his sleepy time. And now the slugfest goes back to the point. Paladin does have a limit break to stall if they need, or to throw out a cover. It is a 3v4.
Umbra
Merlin
does
is
manage to
taking
get
a lot of
2
beatings.
for the price of 1 prince.
At this point, you probably just die and hold it. Yep. Ninja has to be careful not to get caught in too bad of a spot.
They don't really have that much to combo their LB with, though. At this point, they are looking at Dancer LB and Paladin LB, and that's about it.
Only one is taking multiple bombs. Just soaking them all up for fun. Ninja Link went out. Got a kill, apparently. I don't even know how that happened.
Me neither.
I completely missed it.
10 seconds on the
Bodvar
clock,
taking a little bit of pressure, but Dance is coming up. All it takes is one dance off the point. Viper LB comes out. There goes Dance from Taro on Astro to just keep them able to keep on point as overtime ticks. Good. There goes Bodvar dancing right on the point. He's going to die in animation, though. Not going to be able to get an extension off of it. Merlin has to get out in guard. Does have full MP to heal up, though. Their Warrior is currently healing. Merlin does get out point. Instantly just obliterated, though. Now up to the Warrior to stall on point for a little bit. Paladin is coming back with cover and limit break, though. This is the perfect opportunity to use it. Unfortunately, the cover gets ghosted and the animation lock themselves into phalanx, which means they can't get the point. Oh, just a second too late. What a game. I don't know what was happening halfway through there.
That was a fucking ride, not gonna lie.
I think the entirety of that was basically not. We're not there to win the match. We are there to make a point.
I think, Merlin got aggro on himself. He was back fighting the Viper, jumped on people, prevented pots. The Prince himself decided to try and punish it. Somehow all got converted back on.
That was a wild ride. That was crazy shit.
That was pretty funny.
Yes, word or not, the CR has had an above average amount of dancing and screaming, and I'm here for it. I love it. Let's see. We're about 10 minutes from the end, so that is going to be our last set for the night. GG's to everybody for coming out to play. Thank you all so much. We're going to go into the prize drawing. and kind of wrap things up. And then I'm going to bring Brian in to talk about some exciting 14 KO stuff. But first, prizes. Let's do that. If I can type. There we go. I can type. He can do it. So while we are doing this, I want to say thank you to Talke and Posty for coming on to do commentary. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for being here. I had fun listening to you guys when I was in the match, and I was actually paying attention to what was going on around me.
I'm honestly pretty happy that Posty and I have a joke going that we literally cannot play together. Like, the stars just like never align for us. So like just getting to hang out with Posty is very enjoyable for me. I'm very happy I got to cast this time with him.
I'm that special.
Posty, you are special.
And it's cursed because even if we do get to play, there's just something about the matches that are just fucked.
Yeah. I think we have something akin to the curse of Raw going on between us.
The curse of Raw. I'm also a Posty enjoyer. Good dude to have around.
Who could hate me?
Look at this little face. How could you hate it?
I mean, okay, I can understand why people would.
Let's just say you are the cat girl that broke the mold.
I'm hashtag not like the other Mikos. You know, I'm totally 100% unique. Makote do not steal.
Yeah, so I'm getting the list ready while we do that. Okay. You got any parting words for our lovely viewers?
Elite Astro, also thank you all for having me. As per usual, it is always a blast.
Yeah, and we've got Talke's social links there in the chat again. Please give them a follow. Nice Emerald Wind cosplay. How did I not see that earlier? Perfect.
But it's St. Patrick's.
No, not anymore.
It just so happens it looks like that, but you know,
I
do make this
Census, congrats, you just ruined that glam. Thank you.
Oh, no. I'm surprised you haven't heard that joke before. Every time I pull it out in like 24/7.
Oh,
whatever you say, Emerald Wind Super Fan. Don't make me change my name.
And Posty, any parting words for our lovely viewers?
Oh, gee golly. I mean, Talk already said delete Astro. I agree with that. Delete Lethargy. How about that? Sorry, Merlin.
Stay posted.
You know, we talked about it and stay posted.
Oh my God.
Has he said that yet?
I've never said that in my life.
You just read it out. I heard you say it just now.
Nah, I read it. I didn't say it.
All right, let's spin
I might have
this
vocalized
mother.
it.
All right, first up, the portrait by Madam Sharky. Hopefully not going to Citry. No offense, Citry, but you win it all the freaking time. It's
Kane.
Oh, that was cold.
Oh, holy shit, I'm so good.
Yeah, you called it.
I thought maybe my stream was delayed.
So Kane wins the portrait by Madame Shark. Yeah, a wonderful prize to have. Great screenshot for your socials and stuff. I love it. And then for the chibi artwork by Faye Yume, this one's going to Shy. Congratulations, Shy, for winning that.
It was close to C3 again. They were right next door.
Citry was right next door, yeah.
What can you say? Citrus quite magnetic. They are very charismatic. Shy, I believe you won Faye's portrait? It was Fayume's portrait, right?
Yeah, the chibi artwork by Faye.
Yes.
Woo.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so for the most part, that was Community Roulette 39. Thank you,
The
everybody, for
Miku
coming
number.
out.
Forgot to mention that.
Wait, what? What'd you forget to mention?
39, the Hatsune Miku number. Shout out.
Oh, is
My
it?
queen,
Oh, yeah, you said that. I don't get it because I don't know.
No one else did. Don't worry. I was
really
alone
know
in the
what-
chat. Okay.
All I know is the Miku is the anime character, and then people like it has something to do with like K-pop or something.
You have never sounded more 40 years old than you do right now.
I don't know what it is. No, I know that it's a
Roulette
very popular
6-7.
character. I don't watch a lot of anime, so I don't know.
Well, lucky for you, she ain't from one. You don't have to.
John is
Just
kind of like,
that
I
just
am
confuses me
increasingly,
even more.
I am increasingly confused and none the clearer.
I have no idea what any of that meant. But I'm enthused for the people that love it. Okay. Yeah, so God bless you guys. We are going to have Brian join us. Whenever you're ready, if you want to hop into the chat channel there, big dog. My DM.
Does this work? It doesn't. Sadness.
I'm looking forward to the live letter, though. I'm looking forward to the live letter. It's gonna be, you know, we never know what to expect for PvP shit, but
Beastmaster hype.
yeah, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the prince.
Hi. First of all, John, you didn't put me on the wheel spin. I saw.
Oh no!
Holy
Oh, that's because it's because you were into the last second. And
I sneak you. I sneak it in.
He snuck it in. All right, well, I'll make it up to you.
Oh no, we're
This
fine.
with royalty, and this is how you treat him?
Oh my
Damn.
goodness.
Now I'm
How's
gonna
my
be the
pick to
court
play?
jester.
How's my pick to play, Tal? I want to see back the commentary.
I thought it was pretty good, actually. I feel like I've seen generally what I go by whenever I like go. Oh, this was okay to this was is where people place their cakes, and I definitely can see the Astro and general healer experience in you because you are very cautious on where you place it and make sure that it works for your team rather than going like, I am going to play 8 moves ahead of everyone else and put this cake where people can just run away from it or just get killed doing it. Like, I thought you did pretty good.
Thanks. Defo true. I play Picto like Astro in a lot of ways, including like the dashing, the way I dash out and use my white stance, basically. Very similar.
Whenever you have a lot of experience playing as a support, Picto feels kind of second nature in my humble opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Just you kill more, basically. It's like, I heard you say nerf Astro, so I was like, I'm like, wait a second, isn't Picto the one that needs nerf?
I mean, definitely.
I mean, my joke in CCRC was Picto too strong, never nerf. Like,
yeah,
I love Picto to death, but I think it's the biggest culprit of where we are right now. Partially that, partially the change to Purify as we have it now. Like, that's the 2 biggest issues that we have had was like Picto just kept building on a meta that was increasingly going into just surviving forever, and then we changed into not having the availability of coffin that Posty and I were talking about earlier. So like, just matches become forever slugfests. I'm not a fan of that, and it feels very complicated being a Picto main saying that.
Yeah, it's very goats like, and I feel the same way as a person who plays healer a lot. Like I'm contributing to that, but also like I love the jobs, and like even like the recent Astral buff, I'm like, yes, I can kill easier now, but also goddamn, it's kind of OP.
Going Astro fast.
Oh my god. But anyways, I know we got to raid into the next stream fast, so I just wanted to come in and chat about some upcoming stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, you have the floor.
Yeah. So first things first is we did release merch for our stream team 14KO. Some of us have been talking about it. It's just something that we did recently, but it's something that Snark and Faye and a lot of us was interested in making, so we did, and there's a store. I could link the.
Link up. Hold on.
Okay, you got it.
I just put the link to the website up. That's weird.
No worries.
That's not it. That's not it. Nobody click that. Nobody click that. That's bad. This is the one.
Yeah, so that's
the right
14.
one.
There's a couple styles on there, and it's I put it as cheap as possible because I have control of the prices. But like any money we make would go back into community events. So like things like this, things like the Stream Team Rumble that we do. So if you're interested in those stuff, feel free to check it out. A lot of us will be wearing the merch to FanFest, NA FanFest, EU FanFest, and Gateway Fate. So if you want to be a part of that, it's for everyone.
Excited for that. I can actually put up a picture of the merch here real quick. Brian modeling it.
Oh my god, I knew you would do that.
I didn't know we were going to talk about it today. Kind of surprised me with it. But he looks good. He looks good in it. I mean, a handsome man, right? I wouldn't even look at- Where is this? Where did I save it? Oh, you son of a gun.
Oh no.
You son of a gun. Save image. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to talk about really quickly was Gateway Fate. So that's a convention coming up in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a Final Fantasy 14 unofficial convention, but a lot of content creators go. Some of the voice actors go as well. I've been there once. It's like super fun. It's kind of cheaper than FanFest because it's a cheaper area, depending on where you fly from, obviously. But it's not like flying to like LA or anything, so it's a little bit cheaper. It's in the Midwest, so if you're like in America, it might be cheaper for you. If you have interest in going, please let me know via like Discord DM or something like that, because we are trying to get PvPers there. We will have a PvP booth that is like basically like maybe 90% confirmed. We'll be trying to get people to play CC and frontlines and stuff like that. So we're trying to have like PvP showcased basically. So if you have interested in coming, let me know. Let John know as well. That would be a good thing to do. We can potentially help you out in coming.
Yeah, we're working really hard on some ideas to help get people out, to get PvP represented IRL at conventions. So if you're able to travel, Gateway Fate's the ones to go to, because we're gonna be representing PvPs. But I mean, mostly Crystalline Conflict, but PvP in general. I'm looking forward to it.
It's not fully like 100% what we're doing, but PvP for sure. And definitely CC.
Yeah, I'm excited to go because I've been freaking ticket cucked by every single FanFest since Heavensward. I've never gotten a ticket despite trying my hardest every couple years. So
you know what's the crazy thing? Yeah, the crazy thing is that people... Oh no, Discord's weird right now.
The crazy thing is that what? Yeah.
John was saying crazy thing.
Oh no. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the crazy thing is that people almost always like end up selling their FanFest ticket. Like if you have the patience, like you could kind of find one that way.
It's true. They do scalp them.
Yeah. Some people are nice.
Not all of us have $1,500 to spend on a ticket, not counting hotel, not counting the flight.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm talking for the minority here because not all players in NA are in my situation living south of the border, but not for this FanFest, but for the last one. I made a calculation and going alone, not even going with my spouse or a friend or anyone, would have cost a little bit over 2.5 times what I was making monthly at that time. So yeah, that's a steep ask.
Yeah, even for us in America, it's very expensive. Vegas is very expensive. Cali in general is very expensive. That's why I do think of this convention as like a bit of an alternative because it's just in the Middle West, so the hotels are not as crazy. I think John's doing Airbnb, like it's a little bit more manageable. It's still expensive though, but
I've got
the
an
flight
Airbnb just a couple blocks from the venue. I don't know. I'm an old man. I need a kitchen. I need a kitchen. I need some. I don't know. I just prefer a little bit more space. A little bit.
He's
more
an old
privacy.
man that doesn't know who Hatsune Miku is.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I
know. I mean, I vaguely know. It's just anime character. I mean,
okay, so
animes that the kids be watching.
Yeah.
Is she not considered anime character because like the way she's drawn, or no?
I mean, at the very least, from remember.
Like it's not.
Sorry,
really,
go ahead.
Like Japanese. It's like from like one of those Chinese gacha games or something. I don't know.
What?
No,
Okay.
She's just a music program.
Like
She's the mascot for a music program that came out in 2007. She does, it's a voice synthesizer. I don't have the specific tism to like go into the hyper details of why you're wrong, and actually while she is anime styled, she didn't come from a Japanese cartoon, therefore she's not an anime character.
That's a Vocaloid, right?
Yeah, she is a Vocaloid.
Vocaloid? Is that is that what that is?
Yeah.
Dude, my kid, sorry, my kid was into that, but I know it didn't really make any sense to me. I just kind of know tangentially what it is through him, so.
Got it.
If you want like the hyper simplified explanation for her, she was the first virtual idol.
First virtual idol. Oh, like the gorillas. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, something akin to that.
Okay, that's cool. Right on. All right. Well, this has been Boomer Re-Education. Following
Much needed for
Roulette.
Final Fantasy players.
I don't have anything else to add. If anyone wants to say anything to close out the show, now's the time.
If you still want to play some games, looks like 24/7s is popping. Currently 7 out
Oh
of 10.
shit.
Oh yeah, good point. 24/7. 24/7. Seraph Dynamis don't even have to move for it. But yeah, I gotta get off this thing because I've got to. Gotta go take care of my poor sick doggo. She's on the recovery though. She is doing so much better. She's up and moving around and eating under her own power. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty rugged. There was a few times where it was almost like taking care of a newborn. Like, had to get up like every 2 hours to cradle her like a baby and give her Pedialyte like with a syringe in her mouth. Like, it was freaking rough. But we're
baby.
We're on the upswing. She's doing good.
Sounds good.
But she's got to take her medicine, and I got to feed her, and then I gotta go. I gotta get some gym time in.
Let's go.
The gym.
Let's go.
Dude, I gotta be sexy for Gateway Fate, man. I gotta have the abs, dude. I gotta have the six pack.
Abs is too much. You could just be like.
I'm gonna get a temporary tattoo of a. I'm gonna get a temporary tattoo of a QR code to follow me in Community Roulette on my abs.
Can you name change to like John is ripped or something? Just walk through the list after.
Okay, you know what? That should be your sub goal. Like, make it so that you make it to a specific number of subs, and that actually happens. Like, we make the nutritional plan, we make it so that you have abs, we make it happen.
That's lit. I love the health goals.
I'm already doing it on my own. I don't know. I don't really want to. know anything about sub.
That's why it's
goals,
perfect
so
to sneak in a goal in there because you're already doing it.
I don't know why people.
They don't have to know that.
No, I mean we appreciate subs or anything. Not to shill too much, but there's also direct tip links in the description of my channel, and it's not so that you can give me money per se. Because everything that comes into Community Roulette literally just goes right back out because we pay casters, assistants when I do have assistants, and hiring artists for prizes. So it literally all goes right back into doing shit for the community. Yeah. So I'm gonna call it, guys. I love all three of you, but thank you for the follow, Judgment Side.
Question quickly: Are we raiding into Ash or?
I just checked. Ash isn't even freaking online.
Yeah.
Well, Crystalline Clash has kind of fallen by the wayside, so I've just been looking for team members to raid into. If you're still streaming, we can raid into you.
Yeah, I'll stay alive then.
All right, we're gonna raid Brian. Yeah. Okay. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye. Thank y'all. See ya in the chat.
Adios.